Hello everybody and welcome back to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. Oh, we're back on the bridge and it feels so good. Oh my god, dude. I have missed this so much. This stupid long hallway. This stupid chair with the stupid throne. Oh, I love it. I love it. And today we're gonna be catching up with our peeps, kind of. Not looking to jump immediately into everything, you know, even though we had a lot of talk, a lot of dialogue last time, because just getting caught up on everything and then getting all these missions, companion missions, and blah 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 blah. But today we're just gonna be going through and kind of getting everybody's last thoughts on everything before we start going back to the grind of getting out there and expanding the Colonies or whatever. So we're gonna start with Vigis here. I don't know if they're gonna have anything. Have the Vox Spirits brought any interesting lately? I'll start there. Perhaps you would be interested in a Vox transmission I intercepted not so long ago, Lord Captain. The thoroughly encrypted message contained the coordinates of a landing site on a certain planet marked as rare cargo. I have not been able to uncover anything else, but I believe the encryption was intended for those who are involved in unsanctioned trade activities. A multitude of scout ships tirelessly explore the expanse in search of a new resource deposit, of new resource deposits, Jesus Christ. But unfortunately, not all of them represent the interests of the Von Valentius dynasty. I occasionally intercept Vox transmissions from ships prowling in your domain in search of easy loot. An asteroid the size of a small planet has been discovered in the Sotos Tomb system, and the prospectors believe there may be wealth of resources hidden under the crust. And the last item for today, a few pilgrims from Footfall who were graciously welcomed aboard have been filling the crew's minds with tales of the world of the Ascended. Huh. They say that prayers on a world near the cold star Censorus Manifactum? Anyway, have been ceased for several hundred years. Their claim that the God Emperor himself chose this planet and raised all its people to his halls. Coughs over the system grinding. We have suppressed these rumors to ensure that the crew are not distracted from their vital tasks. But perhaps you might decide to visit the planet, given its unusual reputation. Okay, just some side quests. Just a couple of side questies. We're going to start with Abelard here as our companions.
Lord Captain.
He has nothing to say to me.
Lord Captain.
Except for Lord Captain. Heinrichs, I guess, is up next.
To what do I owe this visit?
I bored of your lead. Let you hand over the Xenos to the Exposition. I've had enough of Marazai's stunts. It is time to hand him over to the Inquisition. She can take care of Adira, or you can get the fuck out. Alright, I guess nobody has anything to update, really, honestly. Which is baffling to me, honestly. Generous? I wish to hear news about the Protectorate. To keep appraised of things. We discovered a world that is home to a long-abandoned colony funded centuries ago by one of your predecessors. A ship was sent there carrying several thousand colonists who were to restore the derelict settlement. After the ship entered its system of destination, contact was lost with it and the fate remains unknown. Perhaps you might like to investigate the disappearance of the vessel personally. In addition to that, your lordship, pirates have presented a serious problem in your domain. For centuries, a group of bandits headed by a ship called the Elusive Contempt has been raiding cargo vessels on their way from the Protectorate's most plentiful extractas. Extractia. I don't know what that is. Their ability to deftly escape pursuit by patrols has allowed them to operate with complete impunity. Pirate's flagship has been spotted in a nearby system, your lordship. Your ship, Lord Captain, is significantly powerful. Sufficiently powerful enough to finally chase down those brazen scoundrels and bring them to justice. The Astropathic Choir has received a series of alarming messages concerning the Narmer 4 system. Narmer 4 system? Where a dangerous space anomaly has supposedly manifested itself. Its nature is unknown, but the fabric of space within the system is reported to be curved and unstable. Huh. It is said that any ship entered the region disappeared without a trace. I believe we ought to be prudent and steer clear of that system. Factotum hesitates, as if unsure that what he said was worthy of the Lord Captain's attention. There is something else, Lord Captain. The ship's astropaths have caught echoes of alarming messages. Unidentified ships abandoned by their crews have been spotted in several systems of the Expanse. It may only be a rumor, but those who encountered them have gone missing. That is all, your lordship. Yes, excellent. Yes. Yeah, that one. 210. Okay, latest news. That was... We just had to ask him what was going on. So we do have you here, Sourback. You got anything? Thanks for dispatching such attentive guards to my bath chambers. Nope. No. We're not getting them in trouble. No. No. Who else is here? So we got Jai. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, Gaprock.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Sherry.
Get off my ship.
Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or do you wish to discuss business with the newly appointed owner of a Mercatum Tabula Officiale?
No. See you later.
I have no doubt you will.
Ha ha ha. Are you down here, Pascal? Let's talk.
The Omniscient knows all.
That's cool. We talked. Okay, well, this episode is turning out to be a lot less than what I thought it was going to be. Adira? Have you discovered anything more about the door from your visions? Here we go.
No, Lord Captain, not a thing. And I'm wandering from bay to bay, scaring the crew. But don't worry, I'm sure that as soon as we get close, well, there'll be no mistaking it.
Okay.
Of course.
Yep. All right. Cool. Epic. Do I have to have you in my retinue?
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
It was a trying time for you in Komorra. But you're home now, back on the ship. How are you holding up?
I am ashamed.
Excellent.
Of what I said,
Okay.
of how I acted, of my hesitation.
You're good, girl.
Now
Don't
that
even
I
worry
can
about it.
see the stars through the portholes again, feel anew the ship's beating hard. Once more breathe the bitter air of the lower decks. My mind has become clear. I am Kibella, servant of the undying Emperor. I am your blade and your shield, and thus it shall be, now and forever. Thus I will be.
Well, I'm glad you got your groove back, kid.
May
Have a good day. here we go. This one ought to be
The
good.
Dark City released us from its thorny embrace. The wounds of the body will heal. But what about the wounds of the soul? Cruderach fell, and its demise shattered the fragile lives of countless children of Osirian. Scattered across this part of the galaxy, hounded by the monkey, pursued by the Dark Cousins, imprisoned by the servants of She Who Thirsts. Hatred is strangling me like a snake, and fear is coursing through my body like a burning poison. For the path I chose is leading me down the roads of failure. I can neither hold back my grief nor rein in my anger. And yet, I am powerless to stray from my path. Pay no heed to my fleeting wrath, Alantak. When the will slips away, the soul trembles with rampant emotions. But I will resign my heart to meekness, for there is no other way a marked outcast can help their fellow Eldari wandering in the dark.
Sure. Any terrible things? Are you all right?
I found myself in the Dark City after following the twisted roads of truth and lies. And although the truth blossomed like an ugly bud and scratched my soul with its thorns, I did find the answers to my questions. Those who come back from the dark of the webway will never be the same. But it is we who change while the surrounding world remains imminent. This thought gives me strength.
Well, that's nice. Cruderach suffered an unenviable fate. I'm sorry you lost your world.
I have no need for your sympathy, Alantak.
Okay. There's more empathy, but...
Neither Monkey nor my dark kin found the decaying remnants of Cruderach. Perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we may yet bring back what has been taken.
Sure, if you want to keep that in your pocket, that's fine. What happened to the seer now?
Clendil chose to stay on the Lilithon together
That's how you
with
say it.
Moran and the rest of our kinsmen. Perhaps it is for the best. The stars in this part of the galaxy are hostile to the children of Osirian.
So what does the path of the outcast lead you now?
On the trail of a monkey called Caligos Winterscale.
Really?
Even a worm may harm a wounded tiger by bringing infection into an open wound. And the wounds of my people have been bleeding ever since Cruderach's demise. The spirits of my kin need a poultice, a hope, not the executioner's sword already poised to fall.
Okay, good to know. Like to ask some other questions?
You may try.
Bye? Later? Alright, well. She wants to go after the Winter Scale. Interesting. Who else was... What is this? Why am I looking at you? Okay. So... Who else do we have here? Pascal we already talked to. We already talked to everybody up here. High Factotum. You're good. Voidsman in Arms. Abelard did good. Now we go down here. We can talk to this dude here, the Churigan, the surgeon. Your lordship, shut up. You have nothing to say to me. Helmsman. Shut up. Lamau. Argenta.
Greetings.
Shut up. Lamau. Uwe. And then Cassia.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
What is your special sight reveal? What do you see with your special
I failed to
eyes?
see Iliad's designs through the prism of my own powers, Lord Captain. But now, I think I'm beginning to understand the Xenos' intentions a little better. Their lies, their fear, their fury. Now Iliad's colors are woven together in my eyes into a single, garish tapestry of alien emotions.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay.
And though its shining makes my eyes bleed, I see the way Iliad dissolves into the whiteness of grief every time she speaks of home. And the way crimson flashes electrify the air every time her betrayal is mentioned. Jai continues to envelop herself in the variegation of her habitual masks, changing her colors at will like so many garments. But deep within her heart trembles a timid seedling the color of smoky lilies. It is grimy, burnt, and covered in ash. But it is genuine. Who knows? Perhaps one day Jai will allow it to grow and blossom. The fire of a rising sun illuminates Ulfar's face. A blaze so incandescent, it is painful to look at. But whenever the fire subsides, even for a second, at once an undercoat of dismal grayness and repulsive green haze envelops his shoulders. No one around him notices it. But I see. The Drukhari, Maradai, Eldari hues are always too bright. They stupefy the mind. But with this Xenos, I can only see billowing darkness where his heart should be. Nay, 1,000 shades of darkness, from a slate-colored haze to the midnight black of a starless sky. I prefer not to peer into the gloom of his colors, Lord Captain, lest it swallow me whole.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go over to Marzai. Hey, dude. She said you're like the edgiest edgelord to ever edge, bro. That's crazy. Hate that for you. Anyway, Ulfar. Solomorn. Heinrich. You have nothing to say to me. Epic. So... Wait, where the fuck is Marzai? Oh, he is over here. Am I stupid? Oh, he's right there. How did I miss him? Because I'm not close enough to him. Okay, interesting. Alright, well, let's talk to Ulfar. This is probably going to be extensive.
The bold from captors grasping, dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning.
Hilarious.
I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
What are you planning to do with your newly acquired freedom?
Find my pack. As we speak, they are likely performing some bloody service for Calcazar. For that reason, I want to have a word with the Inquisitor.
Fair.
Fenris Hilda, et fatter.
Same. Ditto. Alright. Solomorn, how you holding up, bud?
Rogue trader.
You're just fine, apparently.
You know where to
Lado? Keep being you, pal. Did we ever really have a chance to talk to him? I think we did in the...
Rogue trader.
Okay, maybe not enough, apparently. At the sight of you, Marzai cocks his head in an almost bird-like motion. I wish to know more about you and your cabal.
Ask your questions. I will decide which is worthy of an answer.
You speak low Gothic, knowing your kind. I can't believe you learned it willingly.
It was a punishment. One of my raids was not as successful as it should have been, and Irimaris ordered Devantius to forcibly implant the knowledge of the repulsive monkey language into my mind. Supposedly so that I could at least benefit the Cabal by coaxing the monkey into their cages. 5 days I spent under a cerebral burner in the Spire's main hall, to the delight of Irimaris' entourage. I dislocated every joint, struggling in agony against my shackles. But I would endure it all again to expel this poison from my head.
Jesus Christ. Couldn't just teach you in school. You were drinking of your cabal. What exactly does that mean?
The Draken is the first among the blades of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, and the Drukhari who stands but one rung below the Archon. The Draken leads raids and wages wars against other Cabals, keeps the arrogant true-born and half-born upstarts at bay, and has the pick of any opponent in any battle. Irimaris used to have others in her inner circle, but I ensured that they all disappeared one by one, and that their successors were too terrified to take their place. That was when my sister engaged an incubi order to serve as her bodyguards. Incubi do not respond to fear or bribes.
Sounds like a smart play, but also she's dead, so... what sparked the conflict between you and Urimise?
Must there be another reason beyond survival and ambition? Camorra does not tolerate weakness. Camorra respects only strength and cunning. Either you climb upward on the corpses of your enemies, or you become one of the steps underfoot.
Wait, she was your sister? I kind of got that when you called her sister like 30 times before we killed her.
We shared the same blood, and we emerged into the world from the same womb. We were both true-born, and we both stood above the scum that comes from tubes and vials.
Hey man, don't knock the vials, bro. My mom was a vial. How is it the great and terrifying Marazai was only a Draken of the Cabal and not its Archon?
Keep your arrogance in check. Irimaris was clever and deadly, and if I had underestimated her abilities and strength, I would have been food for the Urgals long ago. The very fact that she surpassed me speaks for itself. I refused to give her cause to cast me out as a traitor. No, our rivalry, our little game that ran since our birth, took time. And another thing, when you're at the top, you need something to stave off boredom. This game amused us and terrorized the rest of the Cabal.
Sounds fun. And the Cabal of the Black Heart, what is their relationship to your Cabal?
The Cabal of the Black Heart is the most ancient of all the Cabals, and the largest. It casts a shadow over all Camorra, and when the Black Heart strikes, you submit or you die. The Reaving Tempest was not prepared to perish, so when the Black Heart's shadow stretched as far as us, Irimaris' predecessors chose to bend the knee and become their vassals. Irimaris never liked the Cabal's subordinate position. Her words, and sometimes her actions, directed against the Black Heart, prompted whispers of discontent and fear among those who served her. I was not willing to renounce the protection of Astrobyl Vekt's own Cabal. If I had succeeded in overthrowing Irimaris with Nazrakay's aid, many within the Reaving Tempest would have supported me.
Damn, if only that was a thing. Stupid ass. Treventus, the Arch-Mechanitor. What is your connection to him?
Tevantius was Irimaris's ally, not mine. The Reaving Tempest is his patron, and patron also to the witches of the arena. I've had cause to seek out his artistry several times, and each time with difficulty. Of late, he's been gone from Camorra more often than he's been in it. He was probably in one of his lairs where he hides his other experiments and creations.
Well, he's still there. Do you have any idea where his other lairs might be?
After Tevantius quarreled with the witches and was stripped of the Cabal's protection, his havens in Camorra were turned into a deadly trap. I imagine they've been ransacked and destroyed by now. His other hideouts may be somewhere in the tangle of the webway, or in real space. But that last possibility is madness even for a homunculus.
When did you have need of his expertise?
When the grotesque of a rival Cabal ripped my arm off at the shoulder, when I needed a substance to wring the truth out of you in the Obsidian Court, when I had personal desires that only a master of flesh could satisfy.
You fucked that thing?
You are just dying to know, aren't you?
Alright, fucking creep. The more I listen, the more it sounds that for a proud Drukhari, you very much enjoy submitting. You call yourself Trueborn, what does that mean?
It is a caste in Camorra. Noble Drukhari born under certain circumstances. Their cradle before birth was not an amniotic gestational tube, but a living womb. Carrying a fetus for such a lengthy term is as good as a death sentence for a female Drukhari. She is too vulnerable to her enemy's attacks, and she is of no use on a raid. In Camorra, only the most powerful Drukhari, who are able to surround themselves with the best protection, can allow themselves such an extravagance.
So your mom was a bad bitch, huh?
Farkaza
MILF.
Azirius,
MILF alert.
poisoner of Azdrujar, and Shaimish's elect, was one such exalted leader of the Drukhari. The result was worth the effort.
Alright, calm the fuck down, dude. Just cause you got a MILF mom doesn't mean anything, alright? You've numerous titles I recall, tell me about them.
Eviscerator of Illiridas, Blaze of the Barcag Kingdom, and Slayer of Corocius the Pale. Illiridas was a world inhabited by our distant Eldari cousins, until I led a reaping raid there. The Barcag Kingdom was a separate cluster on the fringes of Camorra before it went to war with the Reaving Tempest, and by the time I left, I was wading through the blood of its inhabitants.
Who is the pale guy?
And lastly, Corocius the Pale. He was an ancient homunculus who betrayed the Aziriash at the behest of another Cabal. That was not a military victory, but a personal one. In his attempts to make himself invincible, Corocius had sown inside himself the deadliest creatures from the depths of Camorra. It did not save him. I cut out every one of his 8 hearts and sent them to his former coven as a warning to the rest.
Calm down. You love submitting, you
An amusing
sussy boy.
example of a primitive mind. Any Drukhari towers over any monkey, and we do not conceal our attitude to livestock, but my Cabalite kin. Every one of them should be treated with caution, and those who have already demonstrated their power and might are a deadly threat in their own right. I do not revel in submission. I accept things as they are. And I wait until a point of weakness reveals itself and calls to my blade.
That's such a crazy fucking world building like thing to think about, bro. Like, all these dudes are just backstabbing assholes, and they're all waiting to backstab your asshole. But it's like... It's like if all the Decepticons were just Starscream. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this analogy.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure at all. I wish to know more about your kind.
What exactly do you want to know?
How they bleed. Shank, shank, shank. What do you know differ from the craft? In what way do your kind differ from the craft world Audari?
In all ways. The Asuriani are feeble shadows of our ancestors. We are their true inheritors. The Asuriani hide from she who thirsts behind their paths, relying on the visions of their precious far-seers, or blind to the reality around them. We Drukhari laugh in the face of the unknown. We thrive off the carnage and pain we inflict.
You're kind of obsessed with pain. Why?
Because the ecstasy of suffering is the highest form of pleasure, accessible only to superior beings. By your very nature, creatures like you are incapable of knowing such gratification.
You lie. Drukhari cannot survive and escape the pool of chaos except by feeding off the suffering of others.
Careful. My tolerance for such remarks will run out eventually, even given your depressingly simplistic mind and non-existent instinct for self-preservation.
Why do the Drukhari hide in the webway? Why not live in real space?
Watch it. It is Monkey who run and hide, not our kin. Camorra is the legacy of our ancestors. They found a way to penetrate the tangle of the webway and move through its twisting labyrinths. Few would hazard to travel in this splintered kingdom, let alone erect bastions in it. The Drukhari are the only Eldari who do not fear the horrors of the webway. For every peril we overcome makes us stronger.
Awareness test failed. Speaks unhurriedly, almost lazily, with poorly concealed pride. Awareness test failed. Wah. Keep hearing the same name. That dude, Vec. Tell me about him.
No.
Okay.
No one speaks of the Overlord of Camorra without good reason. Amusing you is certainly not reason enough.
Cool. I think that'll do.
Perhaps.
What do you plan on doing next?
I must adapt to my new circumstances. And to this bucket that you monkey call a void ship. These alloy bulkheads. So primitive.
Get on my ship.
Then go.
Bye-bye.
I will find something to amuse myself with.
Okay. Just come over here, dick in hand. Alright, so I think that's it there. That's everyone, right? Yes. Nomos. I didn't talk to Nomos. Now that I think about it, Nomos. Okay, the unblinking gaze of the servitor gargoyle is fixed on you. Nomos are here. What do you want to talk about? You read the databank recovered from Theodora's cache, and then you said the incident marked the beginning of the Nomos. What did you mean by that? Yes, Nomos remembered. You brought us data sustenance, and it contained a name. Epitaph. We recognized it. No, not like that. In that name, we recognized the place where Nomos originated. Incident in 872-04 was a ship-wide system failure of some kind, and it and Epitaph had something to do with the ship flying better. The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us too. These are all links in the same chain. We cannot piece them together yet. Epic. Have a good day. Touch computer. Nothing. Go away. Boys? We click at a button. We click at a button and we go back to... Oh my god. Wait for it. Holy shit. Space. The final frontier. Points of interest discovered. Do I have to... Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that whole thing of like managing a colony and like doing shit, you know? Funny. Funny haha. Let's actually check that out. Colony. Uh-oh. Lord Captain's presence will be required. You have a gamma. Got us some shit. Dargronus. Sure, we got that. So this here. Do we have anything to do? Aha! We have more things to do, baby! Earthbreaker, we get Witch's Last Cry. What is that? 45%. At the start of combat, the wearer gains the effect of the combat stem Serpipidin for 3 rounds. We get Phlogiston and Xenotech. One of the projects have been completed: Test of Wills, Blood Sports, or Killing Fields. 3 mechanisms, 3 Promethium. Pure Blood. This gives us 5 Profit Factor, 20 Iconoclast. Ooh, Complacency and Efficiency. That's crazy. Captive Xenos. We have 132 Profit Factor? Jesus Christ. Imminent Torture. Torment. A Drukhari weapon. 2-handed exotic... 1-handed exotic sword. Fuck. I thought it was 2-handed. That shit's wild. But, ugh, -2 security for all colonies? Pretty crazy. Navy whips. We get Craven's Bane. That's also a 2-handed chainsword. Damn, that's cool as fuck. And we get 2 of each. Not bad. Penal Battalion. Lord Captain's voice ship gains Diligent Cannoneers. 10% critical hit chance with macro cannons. 3 people and 2 security. And then we need a bunch of shit here. We get Freedom of Vengeance. Freedom and Vengeance. Whenever the wearer performs a non-burst attack with a pistol, that attack pushes the enemy by 2 cells. If the wearer kills an enemy with a pistol attack, they immediately reload it. Each pistol reload grants 5% critical hit chance for pistol attacks. Very interesting. And everyone gets +3 security. That's crazy. Wilbur gains Master of the Shadowy Expanse feature. Road Trader gains +10 Intelligence, Fellowship, and Willpower. 5 Profit Factor, 3 weapons, 3 Complacency, 6 Provisions. Insane. What do we need for that? Xenos Intoxicant, Penal Colony, and People. Oh, God, here we go again. Ooh, fuck me. The People grind. And what is this? Voice of Paduvian? Paduvian? Power Sword, 2-handed. Pretty good. Profit Factor 3, Security 3, Efficiency up. Let's take a look here at what we can do at rank 4. So I'm not too worried about this. That's not really on. The Pure Blood is really good. The Rogue Trader may grant the convicts the right to buy with their labor the freedom of their children born in captivity. Oh my god. That's crazy. We'll do it. 10 Profit Factor gained. Oh, it just did that immediately. Like, that was it. Yeah, just got that. Okay. Epic. Love that for us. Thank you. Have a good day. The hell? Captain Xenos. 6 people, though, for that. And we get the Torment. Can we afford -2 security? Fucking absolutely we can. What the hell? When did everything get so good? Captain Xenos, we're doing that right now. -3 profit factor, don't give a fuck. That's crazy. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep using this whatever weird thing that we're on. So we don't need that. We have this. 6 people, though. I don't want to spend 6 people just for chemicals, plasteel, phlogiston, and efficiency. I don't want that. This is 3 people for all this bullshit. I don't want that. I mean, does this really matter? We're not losing anything here. This is just fine to have. That's just free. It's just actually just free. Penal Battalion. Weapons. How many weapons do we have? We only have 11 weapons. But we get 3 people, and we get the macro cannons. So. Corruption has infiltrated Vabos 4, Lord Captain. The cultists of the Final Dawn have agitated the convicts to a full-blown uprising, promising them a chance at escape. The planet's cargo port and guard facilities are now under siege. Cultists themselves have not joined the assault. They have scurried into the mines, deep into the tunnels that were infected with Xenos corruption not too long ago. The security post that we set up in those mining drifts report a skirmish and then went silent. Okay, so here we get trampled cult banner. We lose efficiency and get the trampled cult banner. Fiend of Vabos 4, complacency. All allies gain +10 coercion. Holy shit. Whenever an enemy enters a 5-cell radius zone around the rogue trader or their allies, this enemy must pass a willpower resistance test with a +5 bonus or become staggered for 1 turn. If 2 or more allies are close enough to trigger this effect, the enemy must pass this resistance test for each of these allies. Wow. That's crazy. Mercy of the repentant, to the repentant. The spared convicts of Vabos 6 will not waste the second chance they have been granted, even if it costs them their lives. They have made for well-disciplined emergency crew. The flagship suffers -40% ram damage less and gain 50% chance to reduce the duration of each internal fire by 1 round. Not really useful, but why did the cultists head to that particular area? Unfortunately, we do not know the heretics' true objective, but there are nary a doubt that they are pursuing a sinister and wicked goal, and therefore must be stopped. What's the current situation on the surface? The overseers are trapped inside the guard facilities, but there are many among the convicts who are loyal to your lordship. They remember your charitable mercy and may yet switch sides. What do my advisors have to say? Heretics seek out those who are weak of spirit and entice them with promise of salvation. But such spineless lot lacks the resolve to fight and will drop their weapons should someone give them a reason to fear. The purpose of many tactics in warfare is to sow terror in the enemy ranks. And I know some of these tactics well. Make them quiver. Get to Vetor. Eddie Vetter. I don't know why that came to mind. And those weaklings will forget all about their heinous intentions. Lord Captain, your resources and status allow you to make use of one of the most blunt and affordable tools of all, mercenaries. These dogs of war will storm the warp itself for the right price. Provided the overseers with some hired backup, and you can consider this crisis solved. It is enough to kill a few and make the many lose their footing. Let the spinners bring death to the prominent instigators, and the rest will be intimidated. They will open themselves to an attack. We lay our own siege on the planet, then seize the Vox frequencies and broadcast the plain truth, that the convicts are fighting for a barely habitable rock, and that without Imperium authorities in charge, they will die. We will drive the message home with quotations from Lex Imperialis, declaring that any resistance only aggravates the transgression. Okay, we should have actually looked at this first. So, Trampled Cult Banner. Enemies that are targeted by the wearer's psychic abilities must pass a willpower resistance test with a -15 penalty or suffer bleeding and blinded. Interesting. We can do that. Requires people. Ooh, not doing that. Absolutely not. We get the Ghost of Vabos 4. All allies gain 5% dodge and 3% critical hit chance. Or no, just regular hit chance. Everyone knows that the enemies of the Rogue Trader are extinguished by death itself. Ulfar. The Fiend of Vabos 6. All allies gain okay. I think we're gonna do that. That's really fucking good, honestly. Abelard, call the mercenaries for help. Profit factor 1, tempered by the quarries. After their admirable performance in the battles on Vabos 6, the mercenaries are eager to serve the Rogue Trader. Many among them are seasoned combatants who can man the void ship cannons. All lance weapons deal 20% more damage. Interesting. Or Advanced Adeptus Arbates Shotgun. Holy fuck, that thing's amazing. That's what he's got in the picture. Oh, it's the thing, dude. I'm pointing at the screen. It's the thing, dude. All right. I think we'll do Ulfers. Ha! I shall teach them the secrets of this art. Following the advice given by the formidable Space Wolf, the Overseers carry out a series of reprisals and acts of intimidation, leaving behind mutilated corpses and infiltrating the rebel camp under the cover of darkness. They crush the rebels' morale and force them to surrender their weapons. The leaders of this conspiracy, the cultists of the Final Dawn, were confronted in the mines. They had surrounded a strange dark Xeno obelisk covered with glyphs, trying to awaken it from its slumber. The glyphs' patterns were similar to those that the mad convicts had drawn before. The monstrous construction contained enough energy to tear the planet apart. By heroically disrupting the cultists' plan, the guards caused a malfunction within the terrible machine. Instead of exploding, the obelisk emitted a blistering heat wave, melting itself and turning those around it to ash. Vabos 6 has been saved. Cool. Cool. So what do I have to do here? Tools of killing. And then reputation here. I just need the Xenos Intoxicant for this one. Profit factor. Provisions. Wilbur gains +10 intelligence, willpower, and I think that's kind of the one I want to do anyway. So Xenos Intoxicant, which is not on this list. So it must be somewhere else. Let's go ahead and jump over to Dargonis here. We have everything we could ever ask for. Everything available to us here. So Holy Prophet. Eyes of Joyson, Sanctioned Psyker. The wearer's psi rating is increased by 1 against demons for the rest of each rank of Dogmatic. Interesting. Hold on, I got a text message. Oh, okay. Profit factor 5, people 6 though. Ooh. That's good, I like. Let's keep looking. Plasteel and Adamantine. Wilbur gains the Remembered in Prayers feature. All allies gain +5 willpower and +1 resolve. This gives 4 people. Crazy cool. Holy shit, we're doing it. This costs 3 profit factor, but we need more than 50. Everything else we kind of have. Nobility is perfection. The rogue trader gains +5 bonus to all their skills. Holy shit. That's amazing. Call to Arms. This one's easy. This one gives 3 people. Familial Power Armor. Holy shit. Okay. +15 strength. Damn. I don't know if Dude Bro could use that, but that's cool. Wilbur grants the Bestower of Freedom feature. Rogue Trader gains +3 times Iconoclast rank. That's crazy. +20 Iconoclast. And the Navy Militia. So good there, good there. We do spend 4 people here, which I don't love. How do I have 19 people? What the fuck just happened? When did that happen? My brother in Christ, I am not paying attention at all. Everybody gets security and complacency, and then you get battle mastery. The Rogue Trader has received some of the best munitions and supplies for the defense of the Expanse, +2 to plating on all sectors. That's sick. Bastion, I don't have enough efficiency. Interesting. Everybody gets complacency down, and then we get a bunch of bullshit and profit factor. Not really worth it, honestly. Not super looking forward to it. Loyalist Garb. Pretty good. Profit factor, people, and 3 security for everything. 2 efficiency here. Echo of Victory. Whenever the wearer attacks any target in a 5-cell radius around them with a ranged weapon, this attack deals 16% more damage. That's amazing. That goes on what's-his-dick immediately. Oh, I have to have Bastion, which I don't have enough efficiency. That goes on, what's his name? The only black guy in the fucking game, dude. Solomorn. Jesus Christ, I can't think of his name. I was like, fucking shit. Woebringer, exotic sword, Drukari weapon. What is this Woebringer? This weapon has an additional attack that pushes enemies away. If the attack cannot be pushed, the wielder is pushed away instead. This attack deals 4 additional damage. Holy shit. A 2-hit sword? That's crazy. And a bunch of bullshit? Interesting. Okay, well, let's start getting some shit done here. We definitely want this one first, I think. And then from there... nobility is perfection. All their skills, I'll take it. This one, all their allies get everything. That's good. Efficiency, just profit factor in people. Iconoclast, Wilbur gains the Bestower of Freedom. We definitely want this one. This one's all good here. Battle Mastery, and then I get everything here. Bastion, might as well take. Everybody loses complacency, but I think that's fine. Gain 10 profit factor. So, now we have 46 fucking people, dude. Jesus Christ. Anyway, this gives us Loyalist Guard, profit factor people, and security +3 to everyone. This one gives us cool sword, profit factor, Imperial Navy, complacency, and security for just us. It blocks the other 2 projects, though. And then this, I need Secret Lair, which isn't on any of the other ones. So let's hold off on that. Let's go ahead and go to Dargonis. Let's go here. Okay, yeah. Dargonis is crying out for aid, Lord Captain. Riots all over the interception of scripture have broken out in several hives across the world. While hunting for these agents, the cult of the Final Dawn, the Ecclesiarchy clamped down on the planet's minor cults, attempting to force correct adherence to the creed upon the populace. The commoners grumbled about the oppression of the minor cults, even daring to claim that the holy ecclesiarchs have asserted the sole right to speak for the God Emperor. The Foreman clan, around which the disgruntled commoners have are rallying crowds of workers into the streets in order to prevent the ecclesiarchy agents from entering the sanctuaries, condemned for disillusion. The enforcers and the agents of the ecclesiarchy have been able to curb the malcontents so far, but division grows wider by the day. Why are the foremen involved in this as well? A great question, Lord Captain. This group does come up in the reports for the Capital World rather often. I can assume that this is due to the fact that in their now ruined homes, Scope EMP, they used to have a prevalent, more simplistic form of revering the Emperor. The preachers there used to teach the people the importance of hard work and the labor collective's familial unity, but seldom the importance of order and hierarchy. They offered their congregation? Anyway, a form of faith that was as simple, cheap, convenient, and functional as their work clothes. And now they seem to think that the priests who wallow in luxury want to take this away from them. Is there any reason to believe that the disturbance are inspired by heretics? Thankfully, no, your lordship. The rabble-rousers zealously oppose heresy, fill the ranks of the Planetary Guard with new recruits regularly outperforming quotas, and attending prayer services. The Foreman clan has been actively involved in uncovering an underground devotees of the ruinous powers and has discovered 2 large, successfully operating cells. Our agents are quite confident that in the likelihood of them harboring agents of the Cult of the Final Dawn is far lower than in other segments of the population. I want to hear from my advisors. Small deviancies in the creed beget large ones, and large ones beget heresy. Our faith is founded upon absolute trust in those above us, and if these people's beliefs push them towards dissent, then those beliefs have been wicked from the very beginning. But that does not necessarily make the preachers themselves wicked, perhaps simply misguided. We could pass them into the ecclesiarchy's care for re-education so that they may see the truth, and it would also guarantee their flock's obedience. Shireen, perhaps you should stop allowing the fat cardinals and their servants to do whatever they want to your people. Rein them in. Faith in the Exalted One is not contained within ranks and titles, but within the hearts and hands of the common people. And even this can take many forms as well. Let those who shoulder the welfare of Dargonis at least choose in which manner they pray to him. Take the minor cults under your protection. Those who wish to worship him in their own way must prove their way is right to do so. The only help that would be proper in this situation is to provide instruction. Send one of the spinners to show how they can defend themselves. They will either take up arms and protect their faiths or bow down. So they are struggling to interpret the scriptures? I know one sacred text that proceeds from the Emperor and that invites very few conflicting readings, the Lex Imperialis. None of the troublemakers would dare question the importance of his law or misconstrue what is written. It would serve them well to settle down and study the injected cardinal from cover to cover. All right, so let's see what we get here. We get this. We get +1 security. The Drusians get a bunch of shit. And a Book of Minor Prayers. The wearer cannot use psychic or navigator powers. The wearer gains a 35% chance to ignore damage from psychic or navigator powers. That's crazy. Grace of Death. All allies gain plus awareness percentage, critical hit chance. The new-founded death cultists on Dargonis offer new nightly prayers for the Undying One to guide the rogue trader's hand in battle. So we get awareness, critical percentage. This one, complacency, Fellowship of the Void. All allies gain 15 lore Imperium. Or this one, just +1 security. Book of Prayers isn't that good. Security isn't that needed. Grace of Death. That's the one that gives us just critical hit chance, right? That's pretty good. Reputation, complacency. All allies gain 15. That's not very good. So this isn't good, this isn't good. This isn't good, so we're doing this one. We will send the spinner to Dargonis bearing guidance. Let us see how firm they are in their beliefs. Now they are the makers of their own future. The spinner's instructions fell on fertile ground. The congregations of the sects rallied and began to smash the gathering places of their saintly persecutors. Fear forced the priests to cease repressions, and before long, new doctrines similar in philosophy to the blood-spun web began to grow among the minor cults. The agents of the ecclesiarchy have been reminded who truly rules Dargonis have grown quiet. They have instead tried to win the schematics' trust without further saber-rattling by promising labor commission concessions for those who would abandon the minor cults and renounce the schematic teachings. Okay. Anything good here? Yeah, so we got everything here. We're just holding off on the rank 5 there, so let's go ahead and go to Kieva Gamma. Let's see here. Holy shit, this one can do a lot. Okay. Profit factor, security and efficiency. Lord Captain's Void Ship gets fleet overhaul feature. 10% to damage dealt by allied void ships and 30% or plus 30 to their hull integrity. That's sick. I think we take that. Arc Rifle Mindstorm. Deals +1 more base damage. Fellowship of the Void. The Rogue Trader and their allies deal 15% more damage with flamers and grenades. Not really useful for us. We need Casbellica mission. Titanford Lance Weapon. +5 to critical hit against Xenos enemies. Memory of the Daring. Provides 125 hit points of protection for each sector. This amount is doubled against enemies' kinetic attacks. That's 3 people. Like that matters now. I'm an idiot. Weapons, actually, is our lowest one now. Hungering Mind. The power of burning effects inflicted by the wearer is increased by 1 for each enemy affected by the wearer's area attacks until the end of combat. This bonus stacks. Heretical. Not really looking to that one here. Profit factor. Eye of the Omnissiah. Provides void ship weapons with targeting data, granting 92% hit chance and 15% critical hit chance. Okay. And what do we want here? Exalted Instruments of War. All allies gain plus 20% minimum damage to their ranged attacks. Rogue Trader's weapons carry the blessings of the Supreme Armorers of the Adeptus Mechanicus. And we got Triumph and Fury. Macro cannons dealing 30 damage per shot. Pretty good. And we need the Archine of the Expanse, so we need this one. Sacrament of Light. Engine 15 speed, average accelerating braking. It's all good. Not really worth it there. Ethereal Visor. The wearer's psi rating is increased by 1. As long as the wearer is 100% wounds, they deal with 25 additional damage with their psychic powers and psychic staves. So we're definitely going this one here, so we might as well just get this one. And then do the sky barrier just right off the bat. So we're good there. Completed colony project at the highest tier. Hey, look at that. We could have done that ages ago. We'll take this. We'll take this. Might as well take this. We'll take this. And I mean, we guess we can take this, but do we really need it? I don't think so. I'll take it. Fuck it. We'll take everything. So let's head off. Let's just go over to Janus. Because every time we go back... Now if we go back to the Kiva Gamma, Janus, and Falstone, they're gonna say some shit. They're gonna be like, hey, shit's happening, bro. Chant of Stagnation. That's amazing. Profit Factor Xenotech Complacency. That's fine. Secret Lair. Aldari Machine Taming. All allies gain plus Xenos lore and lore Xenos dodge reduction against Xenos. Interesting. Everybody gets efficiency, -2 security. Dogmatic with provisions. Fang of Perdition. Wearer gains plus 15 coercion and 15 lore. Xenos lore. Great Fire. Master of Flame. 10% damage with Melta and Plasma weapons. These are all pretty bad for us, honestly. Merciful Savior. When an ally is healed for the first time in a round, damage dealt by that ally is increased by 8% until the end of the combat. 12 people is crazy, though. Wraith Dancer Garments. Each time anyone uses psychic power in combat, the wearer gains +1 stack of Wraith Dance effect. Aldari equipment. Wilbur gains. All allies gain plus 12% dodge against Xenos. Watcher from Above. Primitive one-hand sword. 20 to 30, not bad. Minus security 2 here. So what do we want here? I think we want the Xenoversity? Vivisectory? Xenovivisectory? 12 people is crazy, though. What does this give us? Master of Flame. If that's the case here... Damn. So this sword isn't really worth it, in my opinion. 5 Proctive Factor is not that great either. This is fine. We do get the Vivisection, so 12% dodge reduction against Xenos. No, dodge against Xenos. And then we don't really heal people. We just give them temporary wounds. But I do like the 12 people because it's funny. I think we're going to do this one here. So we need the Great Fire to be completed. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to do the rest of these. We're obviously going to take that one. Take that one. Oh, look at that! We actually ran out of time. Crazy. Okay. Sick. So it's actually working on that one. Insanity. Oh, if that's... Oh, we never got this? Okay. Well, whatever. Let's check out these first. So Wilbur gains the blessing of Saint Cagnatius. All non-Xeno allies gain a +5 bonus to all their characteristics and skills. We get Piety's Charge. And 3 Profit Factor. 5 Profit Factor, a ton of reputation, and a ton of good stuff there. Or the Arbitrator Solomon's Vase Armor. 85%. is insane with +8 deflection. Whenever the wearer hits a human enemy, that enemy gains 1 stack of perplexed effect for 2 rounds. Fuck, that's good. I do really want the reputation, but... Holy Defenders, that's fucking incredible. So we gotta get the Crucible. So let's see what we get here. Profit factor, complacency, 10% damage for 2 turns, and 20 temporary wounds when a character uses their origin ability. So now we got Holy Defenders. Oh, I don't have enough plasteel now. Ooh, what happened to my plasteel? Where's all my plasteel, dude? So this one, we get the Saint Keef. Whenever the wearer performs a heroic act or a desperate measure, they recover all their wounds and gain 2 AP. Life of the Faith feature, all non-Xenos allies get +2 deflection against Xenos and demons. Holy Ammunition, +4 to macro cannon damage against Chaos and Xenos enemies. This gives us Imperial Navy, Navigator's Insight +5. Oh, I want it. I'm so sad I can't have it. Blessed Lamp of Pentraka. This is a crazy pistol, though. On hit, inflicts Light of Petrica effect. Creature is blinded. Additionally, hit chance against this is increased by the wielder's dogmatic rating. Critical hit chance by... Okay. That's crazy. 45 armor penetration, too. Heretical. And then what did we miss out here? Just some stuff there. I think we definitely take this. Holy Ammunition, we take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. And we don't have enough plasteel. Everything else is good, though. So then let's go back to Vavos. Because we didn't select everything here. So this one, we need reputation with the Drusurans. So this is okay. Xenos Intoxicant. Did I not get that? And I need plasteel. Rogue Trader gains plus... Okay, yeah, this is the one I want, I think. Right? Yeah, that's the one I want. So I need plasteel, and I need Xenos Intoxicant. Which is where? Because I pretty much have everything here. And I can't go to these 3 to check on them again. God damn it. Maybe it's here? No? Because I would have fucking had it. Oh, and now I can't pick from these. Echo of Victory, that's the one I want, I think. Loyalist Garb, or the Woebringer is the one that I really want, honestly. 2 attacks on that? That's crazy. We'll do that. This one. For 1 plasteel, my last plasteel. Hilarious. Hilariously enough, we are out of plasteel. And then we're going to check out the things here on the next episode here. So we're going to go ahead and just click off that. We're going to click, and we're going to drive into the sun. Lamau. But yeah. Alright, so next time we're going to be doing a little bit of more colony management. We're probably going to go directly to Vabo 6 in order to do that quest. And then from there, it's just whatever we want, dude. We have so much. The world is so open to us. It's crazy. I'll see you in the next one.